Craig Burley joining me as we're going to have a 2-for-1 and let him sound off on the two London clubs, Arsenal and Chelsea, because you weren't here on Sunday.
I'm kind of out of voice a little bit.
His voice is a little down.
Talking about Arsenal.
But you're never short of words. So let's start about Arsenal. Stumped to their fourth straight defeat in all competitions. And Arsene Wenger, always interesting with what he has to say. He said this: yes, it's the first time it happens in my whole career, I must say, and it's not easy, but I have enough experience and enough desire to turn things around. We have to stick together. We have no other solution. Craig.
Copy and pasted from 2017, copy and pasted from 2016, 2015. He also said something that was bizarre in the press conference. He started talking about wearing only a pair of trousers.
Yes.
It's easy to take the trousers off, but when you're naked, it's just, I'm not even going to
Hard
go
to
there.
put them all back on.
What the hell is he talking about? I mean, this guy must think he's bulletproof. He must be. There must be something going on at Arsenal behind the scenes. Because it's quite incredible, the scant regard he seems to have for results and what other teams are doing, and you've been away for a little bit working, I know, but you may have noticed in that period, Arsenal are not very good.
No, I left and Arsenal were poor. I came back and Arsenal are still poor. They're worse now.
So I don't know what to say that we've already said, apart from they are still in the Europa League. They've got a big couple of games against AC Milan, but they've been woeful. I mean, absolutely woeful, from management to players to board. I don't know what I'm going to do this week. I can't talk about them this week on the show because I think we've just run out of things to say about them. It's time for a change, but unfortunately there's a guy that's taking the team who every month, every week, every year seems to think he can turn that around. And then when we get down that path next year, it's the same old thing.
Well, I'm assuming he means that he can win the Europa League. We'll see if that indeed does happen. But let's move on to Chelsea now. Let's move on to Chelsea now, because that game against Manchester City, Antonio Conte came under a lot of criticism, basically for his tactics and why they went out so defensively. We know that Manchester City causes teams to do that, Craig, but not one shot on target. What did you make of it?
I thought they were abysmal, absolutely abysmal. Do you know, this is current Premier League champions. Inconsistent or not, current Premier League champions taking on a team that effectively have already won the league, right? And could be switching off a little bit. Could be. I'm not saying they are. Could be. You've got. I think it's something like it was a 5-point gap to the top four going into the game. So you know you need to get on the offensive. He leaves the two strikers out again, same as he did against Barcelona, and they didn't have a shot on target. I mean, it's bizarre. Almost like he's playing into the hands of Roman Abramovich and saying, just get rid of me. And I heard, and by the way, he will get rid of him. It'll happen sooner rather than later, but Chelsea fans, and we're talking about Chelsea, will have to suffer kind of what they're looking at in the meantime. Some people were bringing up a point, which was in a very tragic weekend with the death of the Fiorentina skipper. And it was tragic, absolutely. Was that, and maybe, you know, Conte was subdued in the touchline. I understand that. But some people were saying, well, you know, it was a tough, and it was a tough weekend, I'm sure, for everybody who knew that gentleman. But that did not affect the way he set up his team. It did not affect the way of his team selection. It may have affected his demeanour on the side and he wasn't as demonstrative, but it didn't affect how Chelsea played and it didn't affect how he set up the team. So there were those looking for excuses for him, and I don't really think, as tragic as the weekend was back in Italy, that there was any excuses for what happened at the Etihad.
All right, thanks so much, Craig Burley. Opposite ends of the spectrum there in London, as it seems like one manager has already given up and the other refuses to.